message is very simple. The message is very simple. Think for yourself and question authority.
You know, it's interesting about the 60s revolution, cultural revolution, which then moved to Europe in the 70s when Franco died and when Salazar, was it, Portugal died, one after one as these tight old geriatric Cold War dictatorships loosened up popped this new spirit. But what was it? It wasn't anti-communist, it wasn't communist, what was it? How could you describe it? You know, the Chinese situation, what did they want? The Chinese dictators, well, they want American capitalism, the running dogs of Wall Street, that's what they want. Well, bullshit. No, that's not right. What those students wanted was they wanted to change their own major. I was talking to some leftists, some liberals at the real liberals, the LA Weekly. Jay Lebser. Jay said, well, what those Chinese students want, after all, they just want Cadillacs. Well, goddamn right, Jay. They want Cadillacs, they want VWs, they want surfboards, they want soap, they want blue jeans, they want the fucking option to decide how to live their life. They want to select their majors. That's what the whole movement of post-industrial information age, movement of individualism is not to leave communism, go to capitalism, go back to fundamentalist Islamic Christianity. People want to have the choice, the option of deciding how to live their lives. In China, they wanted to be able to date a girl in public. When I say that this political movement, the aim of which is to choose your major, has never happened in human history before, let me demonstrate or prove to you why I feel that way. The notion of thinking for yourself, making your own life decisions, navigating your own career throughout your life, of choosing your own wife, of choosing how you want to dress, of choosing where you want to live. Really, that's pretty recent, as is the notion of progress, for that matter, revolution. Throughout most of human history, the notion of coming for people and say, I want to encourage you young people to think for yourself, was simply out of the question. In a hunter-gatherer society, if I were to go to a New Guinea tribe and say, tribal elders, gather the young people here, I want to urge them to think for themselves, they'd say, what do you mean, man, think for yourself? Choose your major. There's only one major, hunter or gatherer, so I can understand that. However, in 1989, in post-industrial America, if you have 50 million Americans on a full moon and loony Sunday night at Sunday school praying, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, he maketh me lie down in green pasture. Well, if your Lord and God is a shepherd, I ask you, what does that make you? Bah! Everything has changed. God is no longer a big shepherd. God is no longer the Lord in heaven, the ruler of all the mighty, things like that. The human being is not a sheep. The human being is not a serf. Now, the human being is a worker or a manager. And in the factory assembly line society that we've all grown up through, you're born in a hospital, you're born in a factory, you're born in a little assembly line, and then you're brought home, and then you go off to school, kindergarten, first grade, all the way up, and you're the god of the prophets of the industrial mechanical age are, of course, engineers, and, a good human being. The good human being in the industrial society is prompt, dependable, reliable, productive, efficient, and of course replaceable as part of the assembly line. The average American household watches television 7.4 hours a day. That means that the average American household sits like vegetoid octopus slugs with their eyeballs sucking out all this information and the noses pressed to an aquarium which is called the television tube. The average American lives on the other side of the television screen in this digital, imaginary, fantastic Disneyland world. It's much more important to him or her than the real world. The average American feels closer to Bill Cosby or to Dan Rather or to Mickey Mouse than to the neighbors next door. It's awesome, it's scary, it's frightening how real these television. Matter of fact, I've never seen George Bush. He only exists to me as a cluster of electrons on my screen. Matter of fact, I know Mickey Mouse better than I do George Bush. Because everybody's catching on now that who controls the screen controls society, who controls the screen that you look at controls your mind. The upside of that is you have individually got to control what's on the screens that you look at. And within 2 or 3 years, we will have available software and hardware. The hardware will be a glove, which will allow you to move things on the other side of the screen, a helmet with small screens here, so you'll actually be seeing and viewing as though you're on the other side of the screen. Every time you turn here, you're turning around inside the screen. And a little body vest, so that if someone reaches out and strokes you on the other side of the screen, you can feel it here. Get it? So you're wearing your computer, and you are no longer at the aquarium window peering through at what's going on inside Dan Rather and all that shit. You're there.